Welcome to Free to Flourish Radio with me, Gemma Sands. This weekly podcast is designed to help you live a heart-led life. Tune in every Friday as we jam on living and leading with intention and topics such as natural living, conscious business, mindfulness, and spiritual growth. You can find more episodes over on gemmasands.co.uk and don't forget to subscribe on iTunes. Hey everyone, it's Gemma here. Thanks for being here with me again today and tuning into this episode. Don't forget that you can share and subscribe and leave a review if you enjoy anything that we talk about in today's episode. So, happy Friday if you're listening today. If you're listening later on, then I hope you're having a beautiful day. I'm feeling really good today, and as always, I'm happy to be here with you. So today's topic is a good one. It's something that I know will make a big difference to your productivity and your success, whatever that means to you. So I'm really excited to share it with you. Let's dive right in. So I want you to think about a typical day in your life. Maybe pick a specific day from earlier this week and think about that. But I just want you to sort of think about a typical general day in your life. And I want you to think about, how did that day start for you? Okay, did you jump out of bed getting really excited to get into your day? Or did you just roll over and start scrolling your phone and looking at Instagram? How did that day start for you? Did you go through that day reacting to whatever came up? Or did you really take ownership for your day? Did you, set your intention? Because that's what I really want to talk about today. You see, one of the things that I see a lot of women who come to me for coaching, one of the things that they're looking for help with is how to stay on track with their goals, how not to get so distracted, right? And it's really hard because we all have our own responsibilities. We all have our own form of self-sabotage, whatever that looks like for you. And so today, I just wanted to share a few things with you that can really help to boost the productivity in your day or your week or your month or your year. And I want to make a little bit of a caveat, because when I'm talking about productivity, I'm not talking about working harder or the whole concept of hustling. I'm not really a huge fan of the idea to be successful, whatever success means to you, because we all have a very different definition. I'm not a huge fan of the idea that to be successful, you have to sacrifice all the other areas of your life. You have to be working every hour to get where you want to get, in your business, in your career, in your work, whatever. When I talk about productivity, I'm really talking about alignment and flow and intention. Okay, so those are the kind of things that are going to come up as I share 5 ways with you that you can really start to bring about more productivity in your day or your week. So the first step is to start by really owning your day. So when we started this, I got you to think about how you start your day. And there's a reason for that, okay? The first few moments of your morning really set the tone for the rest of the day. So if you start your day by scrolling through your Instagram feed or checking your inbox, you've already given over ownership of your day to everybody else's agenda. Okay, just let that sit for a minute. If you're scrolling through your Instagram feed or you're checking your inbox, you haven't got ownership of your day. You've given it over to everyone else's agenda. And I came across something really recently that is very similar to kind of what I do anyway. And this was from Brendan Burchard. If you haven't heard of him, I'll leave a link in the show notes. He teaches a lot about productivity, habits for high performance. He's got some really good stuff out there, so I'll leave a link. But in one of his online trainings that I was watching, he suggested starting the day by asking yourself, what if this was my next level day? What if this was my next level day? And I kind of was already doing something similar, but this really sort of hit me. I just found kind of, that whole concept of what if this was my next level day really motivating to me. And what it really means is that if I was already at my next level, okay, if I had already reached the goal that I'm working towards, if I'd already created the vision that I have, how would I be showing up to the day? Okay, so think about that right now. How would the next level version of you show up to this day? Okay, and when I ask myself that question, the next level version of me spends the first part of her day doing the things that get her into alignment. Okay, so it might be meditation, it might be money consciousness activities, it might be journaling, it might be taking a walk, it might be doing some yoga, whatever it is. My next level version of me spends the first part of the day doing those things, okay, before opening her inbox, before looking at her Instagram feed. The next level version of me nourishes herself by remembering to take her supplements, remembering to move her body, remembering to take breaks when she's working to just stretch out. The next level version of me shows up fully to her work and to her relationships because she's shown up for herself first. So that's the energy I show up to my day with. Okay, when I sit there and ask myself, what if this was my next level day? My intention for that day is set. Okay, so the first thing I do every morning is I wake up and the first thing that I do is have some gratitude. I express some gratitude. It's a new day. I'm here. I'm alive. Hooray. I just express a bit of gratitude to just get that positive mindset going. And then what I usually do is I sit on the edge of my bed and I just sort of stretch out my shoulders and my back a little bit. And then I put a drop of peppermint and wild orange, a drop of each, essential oils into the palms of my hand. And I cup my hands over my face and I take some big deep breaths. Okay, and peppermint and wild orange are both really energizing oils. They really wake me up and they're also really great for focus. So whilst I'm doing this, whilst I'm taking those deep breaths and I'm inhaling those beautiful oils, I set my next level day intentions. I ask myself that question, what if today was a next level day? What if I really owned today? Okay, so that's the first step. The first step is to start by owning your day so that it's on your agenda and not on anybody else's. The second little tip that I want to share with you is to stop being a slave to your inbox or your Instagram feed or your Twitter feed or whatever it is for you that, Netflix, it doesn't really matter, whatever it is that sucks your attention away from the productive activities that you could be doing. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, all of those notifications that you get on your phone are someone else's demand on your time. Okay, it's not your agenda, it's their agenda. So when you get an email from somebody, that is their agenda for your life. They want something from you. Okay? And I can't tell you what a difference it has made to my day to set very specific times when I check my emails or I check my social media feeds. So I've turned off most of the notifications on my phone, and it was hard at first. I found myself going into the app to check, have I missed anything? But I've turned off most of the notifications on my phone and I close down my inbox when I've checked my emails on a morning, and it stays that way until I've got the tasks done that I most need to complete in that day. Okay, so any emails that I need to send get done first thing on a morning. So I talked earlier about the activities that bring me into alignment. Once I have done those things, I open my inbox, I contact people that I need to contact, I respond to things that are there that I need to respond to, and then I close my inbox down. Okay, and it is all about choosing what you're going to give your energy to. The third little tip that I've got for you is to review your goals and your vision every single day. It's not enough to just set your goals on January the 1st and then not look at them again until midway through the year, okay? And I know that doesn't work because that's how I operated for about the first 5 years of my business. In fact, first 6 years, I'm going into the 7th year now. So most of the time, I would, set my goals at the beginning of the year and then I'd kind of forget about them. I'd have in my mind what I wanted to achieve, but then I would wonder why I wasn't making any progress towards them. And, I wasn't reviewing them. So look at them every single day. You can change them, you can tweak them, you can set new goals and get rid of old goals if they no longer fit, but review your vision every day and get excited about it. Okay, this is the incredible vision that we want to create for ourselves. And sometimes we get into this habit of, I have to do that. And get excited about it because it's that feeling of that goal that you are working towards that really brings momentum, okay? And when you're in complete alignment with that feeling of what you're creating, the universe recognizes that and responds by sending all sorts of opportunities your way. And I know this because this has been happening to me every single day, okay? Unexpected things that support my desires are appearing because I am taking the time each morning to get into complete alignment with what I'm creating. So for me, that looks like visualizing reaching my goal. And I do this, I have two sort of anchors that help me to do this. So I start every morning now, I start with an Abraham Hicks rampage, and I'll put a link in the show notes to some of the ones that I've been using. But that is kind of a meditation. If you're not familiar with it, it's a meditation which is all about kind of getting into the vibration of what we're creating. Okay, getting into the vibration of abundance. So I start every day with one of those rampages. And then straight after that, I review and visualize my goals. And the way that I do this is I have a song that I play, which gets me really fired up about my goals. And I have an aromatic anchor using essential oils. And aroma is an incredible tool for this. Okay, when we smell a particular smell, it evokes particular feelings in us, right? You often think, maybe you smell bread baking in the oven and it reminds you of when your grandmother baked bread for you when you're a child. There are different, you smell perhaps oranges and it reminds you of a particular holiday that you have. There's different ways that this works, but for me, I have two oils that I use for this visualization process. They are cypress, because emotionally it's the oil of motion and flow, and wild orange, which emotionally is the oil of abundance. So I have these two oils, and I usually just hold the bottles under my nose and I'll just take a sniff and I'll let that aroma anchor me into what I'm creating. And while I'm doing this and while I'm listening to the music, I'm visualizing what it looks like for me to have already reached my goal. So, if you are working towards a particular income goal, perhaps, think about what it would be like to, open up your bank account and see that money sitting in your bank account. Think about what you would invest that money in. Maybe you would go traveling. Maybe you'd invest in working with that coach that, you wanted to work with. Maybe, whatever it is for you, visualize already being in that place and use tools to anchor you into that, okay? And then when I've done that, when the song is finished, I write out my vision every single day. I write out what it is that I am creating every single day. Okay, and I don't look back at the previous day. I do this from memory about what I'm creating. So the wording is always slightly different, but I write out my vision every day, and I'll write out affirmations that support me with that as well. So that might be things like, I'm in complete alignment with all that I desire. There is nothing that I cannot be or do or have. And a lot of these have come from that Abraham Hicks rampage I was talking about. So you can go and have a look. But these are the things that, I choose to step into the energy of my next level. That's a really powerful one for me. And I write all of these things out. And in doing this, in reviewing my goals and my visions every single day, I am so aligned with what I am trying to create. So that's number 3. Number 4, which is equally as important, is to take focused and consistent action. So it's not enough to just sit and write out your visions, to write out your affirmations, okay, and hope that everything flows to you. You also have to take action. But instead of stumbling through the day, throwing things at the wall and hoping that they're going to stick, set aside blocks in your day to do really focused work. So you probably already know what the actions are that will drive you forward the most. And the reason you probably already know that is because they tend to be the ones that we avoid or we procrastinate on, okay? So picking up the phone and making that phone call, asking for something from somebody, inviting someone to learn more about what you do. Okay, you'll know whatever it is that you're working towards, you probably haven't, been making progress towards it because you've been avoiding certain actions. Those are the things that you need to do to drive you forward. So schedule in time to do those actions early in your day, and here's the key, do them. Okay? And if you do this consistently, because that is so important, it is all about doing it consistently every day, you're going to create momentum. Okay, and you're already in alignment, you're already in that vibration of what you want to create. So if you're taking that consistent action, then you are absolutely going to get to where you want to be. Okay, and it doesn't work if you just kind of do this on a Monday and you're all fired up at the start of your week and then you procrastinate for the rest of the week. It is about consistently doing this every single day. Okay, so you need to start your day by owning your day. Stop being a slave to your inbox or whatever it is that is the distraction. Get aligned with your vision, review your goals every day, take consistent, focused action. And then the final thing is to own the end of your day as well, okay? So we talked about owning the morning. Well, the same applies to the evening. Take some time to set your intentions for the next day. How do you want your next level tomorrow to look? Okay, think about that now, okay? Maybe afternoon, it might be the end of the day, it might be the morning when you're listening to this, but just think about it now. How do you want your next level tomorrow to look? And you might want to write out a schedule of, how you want that to look, how your day is going to go. You might want to block out time in your calendar so that you've got that focused action time in there. Or you might just want to set an intention for tomorrow. You might want your next level day tomorrow, your next level tomorrow, to just really flow really well. You might want your intention to be that you show up fully to it and you step into your next level self. Okay. The key is to do it the night before so that when you wake up the next day, you already have an idea of how your day is going to look. Okay. So to recap, own your day. Stop being a slave to your inbox, get aligned with your vision every day, take consistent, focused action, and own your evening. And I want to challenge you to try this for 1 week, okay? 7 days. And just review how different that week felt to you. In fact, what I really love is if you would come back and leave a comment on the blog post for this episode. So if you're listening to this not from the blog, there will be a link in the show notes somewhere. Go and bookmark it. And come back and comment in a week's time and let me know what was different for you. Okay, have a little fun with this. Have an experiment. See if it makes a difference to your week. Because I have been, and these really, when you think about it, these are all things that we know. We just don't always do them. So it's just about setting the intention that this is what this is how life is going to look for us. We're going to step into that next level version of our life for 1 week and see what happens. And I can guarantee that when you do, things will really shift for you. And the reason I can say that with such confidence is because that is absolutely what my own experience has been. Over the last month or so, I'm, been working towards a big goal, a goal that was stretching me, a goal that I've been stuck on for a really long time. And from consistently doing this practice every day, things have shifted and I'm almost at that goal. Okay, I'm going to hit that goal this month by the deadline that I set for myself. So it really does work. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope that you found this episode really useful. As always, I am so grateful for being able to be in this space with you. I absolutely love showing up to this podcast and having a little chat every week. So I hope that you find it useful and that you're enjoying it. If you do, please share, please subscribe, please keep getting the word out there. Please leave a review on iTunes or wherever you're listening to this. It really, really makes a huge difference to this whole thing and really helps spread the message further. So that's it for today. I'll be back with you next week. Have a beautiful week. Thanks for tuning in for this episode of Free to Flourish Radio. For full show notes, just head to gemmasands.co.uk. You can also find me on Instagram as Gemma L. Sands. Please subscribe on iTunes so that you don't miss an episode. Share with your friends, leave a comment, show some love. It really does mean the world.